what are you nerding out about now?
All right. So, Dad, you've got something you've been watching lately that you're loving.
We've been watching the Fallout series. We just finished the fourth episode. We're trying to stagger it, uh, make it last because once we get to the end of it, then I'm sure we got to wait like 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they've aired all of them, right? Of the first
Right.
season.
Oh, they've got eight episodes out, and it's good so far. It's just usually we binge watch the stuff and then we're just upset the next day because it's done.
Yeah.
You come down off that high.
So you're are you a big fan of the games?
So I played through Fallout 4, and then I played Fallout 76 for quite a while, but it never really got good.
I say you're but you understand the lore and everything.
Yes.
My biggest concern was like I tried to watch Halo, and I wasn't like the biggest Halo player, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the stories behind it, and as much as I tried, I don't think it was a bad show. Obviously, a lot of people don't think it's bad because it got a second season. I couldn't. It didn't hook me, so I was afraid that Fallout might do that because I've played Fallout from the first game on.
Well, so they're going from a vault that's not been touched in any of the games. So the storyline's kind of open for interpretation. But as with any show that goes off something I love, like the Wheel of Time series, I've read through the Wheel of Time books a bunch. That's why I flunked out of high school because I was reading the Wheel of Time series. And so when the series came out, I had to just watch it with an open mind. I knew it was not going to be the books. Like if I watched it with anticipation of the books, I'd be pissed off. And so I just enjoyed the show. It's got a good story. It's got good action. It's not the Wheel of Time, but it's a pretty good show.
Well, it's just a different turn of the wheel, right?
Sure. Yeah, there you go. It's a different thread.
All right. You're also playing. So there's a story he told in the Patreon part of this about influencer game. If you want to hear that story, patreon.com/wise_nerdy. But you're talking about you're also playing a game. It sounds like with one of your kids right now. The Dying
We
Light?
play lots of games. So my kiddo that just moved to this house here, he's next door to me. He's got his PC set up. And then my other two older ones, they got their PC setups, and then we got multiple Xboxes. So we do a lot of gaming together. Right now with my 17-year-old, I'm playing Dying Light 2. We're playing through that. That's a gory one. Was not expecting what was in there.
I got into Call of Duty during COVID because my oldest got it and I wanted something to do with him, so I got it. And when he stopped playing it, I was out. But I spent a good year and a half playing that.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yeah, it's really fun to find something you can play with your kids at any level.
The problem is we all got ADHD, so our Steam libraries are giant. I'll find the game, guys, let's play it, and so we'll all get it, and then a week later we're off of that game and we found something else.
So kiddos, there's some things that we don't try because they feel too good. And the Steam library is absolutely one of those. Everybody I've ever heard of it has one. And it's not 5 games. It is games if you spent the rest of your life playing, you couldn't get through your library. So I implore you, children, broccoli is your friend. Steam library is not.
Pick a game and stick to it. Damn it. It's expensive.
Humble Bundle. I'm assuming you know about Humble Bundle.
Are they still around? I thought they had shut down.
I don't know. Well,
what are they?
They would sell Steam codes. Basically, Humble Bundle was a place that started off as you can name your price for a bundle. So there's these 5 games and Steam codes, and up to whatever you want to pay for it. Then we'll add these 3 if you'll pledge up to like $11 or so, and so you can kind of name your price and get a bundle of games, and they're all Steam codes. And that's how a lot of my friends ended up with massive libraries because it's too good to pass the whole LucasArts collection for $15. There's 30 games in that collection, man.
Right.
That's a good price, but okay. Yeah. It is still around.
Well, they always got their sales going on, and they got their summer sale, their spring sale, their winter sale, and you go through and pick up a bunch of randomness that you'll play once. I've got so many games I've never touched.
You're not wrong. I bought the whole Valve suite a while back, and I played like 3 of the games out of them, but it was so cheap. I was like, okay, $6. And
I
I'd
bought
never
a
played Portal or Portal 2 before. And so I was like, even if I just play Portal and Portal 2, $6 is well worth it.
yeah. We bought me and my son both bought an indie collection they had out. I think it was like $36, and it was 100 and something different indie games. They are all utter dog poop. I should have read through the list. I was like, $36 for over 100 games. Let's get it. And
Yeah,
I
that's a
called my son
flag.
up, and he's like, "Can you get it on mine too?" I said, "Sure, let's get it." And I don't think either of us have tried them. Like it's like paper airplane games and origami and
Stuff that used to be on like flashgames.com or whatever,
yes,
basically.
yes.
Uh,
They conned me.
so my nerding out is a little bit different. I am an AMC A-lister, and I go to all the screen unseens, where they do basically you get a preview movie 2 weeks before it's released, and you don't know what it is, so you just show up. You just know the rating, so it could be rated R. Last night's was PG-13 or PG, I can't remember, or not last Monday nights. And first time since I've been going, when they started back in October, I think it was November, somewhere in there. We've been going to every one. First time we didn't like one, we actually stepped out, and it was Spy X Family Code White, which is an anime that I'm unfamiliar with. I've been seeing the previews come up.
Is that the one with the little
I
girl?
Yes.
I guess going
Okay.
into it without having any of the
Was part of it.
predecessor.
So we would have stayed if my wife's like, she's not interested, but she would say if I wanted to watch it. She knows I like the Demon Slayer. I was like, honestly, I've never watched any episode, and the previews itself didn't look bad, but didn't grab me. Here's the other kicker. For the US release, they are doing 2 different releases coming up. One is the dubbed version, and one is the subbed version. And they're releasing that nationwide. This was the subbed version. So I was like, again, didn't walk out. I was like, this is trash. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to sit and read it. I like the subbed versions myself, but I don't know if I want to sit and read a screen on an anime that I'm not familiar with and wasn't that into. So that was my first. Now, I will say I am in I'm in southern Atlanta. So it's kind of rural Georgia and kind of not. There's a lot of people walking out there going, "What is this?" I'm like, no, this is exactly what we signed up for. This is exactly what we signed up with Screen Unseen. You get usually a Cannes Film Festival or Sundance Film Festival movie. Most of them, the theme has been they've been based on a real person, more or less. That's not always true, because obviously we got an anime here. There's the Book of Clarence at one point. But there's you just don't know what you're getting, but it's not trash because it's an anime that you have to read. Just you should come in going, we may not like this. Now for the first time, you're like, yeah, we'll just go do something else. But Joe, you then put down the TV show because you thought, oh, Charles is gonna love this thing.
Yeah, so I've watched season 1 and 2 of Spy X Family, and it's pretty cute. I like it. I'm gonna get my wife to watch it eventually. So the gist of it is the main characters. There's really is the family. It's the 3 of them. The dad is a spy. The daughter can read minds, and the wife is an assassin. But none of them know about each other, what their background. So the parents don't know that the daughter can read minds, and they don't know about each other. So,
but how would the daughter not know that they both do what they do if she can read their minds?
She's adopted. Well, she knows. Sorry, you're right. She knows because
okay, there's a big old fallacy in there.
Yes, no, yeah. So she knows, but she doesn't spill the beans to the others. And so, yeah, the whole family came together because the husband needed a family for his mission for his spy efforts. So he found a daughter. Then he needed a wife to make it look like a normal family. Well, the assassin was looking for a husband because
same reason, cover.
For cover, because she was worried about being called out, because this is all taking place in what is basically the 40s. It seems like
It kind of had that vibe. That is definitely when they were on in the movie.
And so it leads to some pretty interesting hijinks along the way. It is much more comedy than it is anything else, but it has an okay amount of action and suspense and things like that. And so the daughter the whole time, because she can read their minds, is trying to help out because she is obsessed with this spy cartoon. So she's like, my dad's a spy, this is amazing. And so it's pretty cute. I like it. It
has a kind of a 90s anime mixed with Studio Ghibli kind of pastel vibe to it.
A little bit, yeah. I don't know what animation studio actually does it, but yeah,
I have no idea.
It's fun. I like it.
We just went and saw the red herring. I think it was called the red herring.
The kid and the boy and the heron, or whatever.
The boy and the heron, yeah. Because I'd never seen a Studio Ghibli in theater, and so I was excited about that.
Yeah, and it won an award too. I can't remember which award, but I remember that it beat out. Yeah, it was like one of the first anime to win the award that it did. I can't remember which one it was, but I haven't seen it yet. Was it good? Do you recommend it?
I was really elevated, and I really enjoyed it. It was trippy as hell. I had my bucket of popcorn, and it was great.
Well, there you go. There you go.
All right, so Joe, what's this last one?
So the last one I put down is Kids Are Recorders. So we were talking about kids picking up language and stuff like that, and that happened to us today. Today, my wife was driving, and she's sitting at a light, and we're trying to get somewhere because we're running just a touch late. The light turns green, and the person takes a little bit longer than they ought to have to get going, and so she
your wife.
Yes, my wife.
Okay.
She says,
"Go, you moron!"
Kelsey!
And so our 4-year-old just starts saying it over and over and over. And I get that moron's not that bad at all, not even close. But it's just so funny because he's saying it over and over.
What I love is how much you reinforced it by getting to say it and you recorded it for the show. That's my kind of dad right there.
Sure did. And then when I was alone with him today, I was like, what does mom say when it's green and the person in front of her doesn't go? He says, moron. So yeah,
roll that dice.
And they both had to go. What can I say?
Stay tuned for this commercial break.
Perfect.
Well, all right.
I've got a new song for this. So what we're gonna do is, this is the first time we've done it with a guest. This is where we promote ourselves and we take a little chill out moment and listen to some music. And so, Dan, when I point at you, you're gonna talk about, follow me on my socials, and you're gonna promote yourself. All right, we're gonna do it right here. It's gonna be awesome. Before I do that, I want to read it's not a speak pipe. It came from our Patreon. JM Devo says, I listened to the Patreon in its entirety. So there you go. Thank you, Devo. We appreciate you.
Yeah, because we asked if people listen to the Patreon version, and so that's nice to hear.
All right, here's our chill music. All right, we just talked about it. Go to patreon.com/wise_n_nerdy and join our fandom today. You can be part of the kiddos. You can be part of the Council of Dads. You can even be a Scotch Katir, where me and you will have a drink of Scotch at some random bar sometime when we meet up, because you're not stalking me, I promise you. That's all good. Come and support us. Now, we'd like our friend to talk about where you can find him.
StonerGump, everywhere. Other than Facebook. I had to change it to Daniel Gossard there because I wanted to be verified. But yeah, StonerGump, one word. You can't do two, otherwise they tell you that you have issues.
And I believe you have a book on a Zon of Gums.
We have this here. It's herbally infused and chronically bemused. It's a broccoli lover's guide to excellent elevation, teaching about terpenes and all kinds of wonderful things you can do with broccoli, not broccoli.
Now let's chill out for a
Dandelions.
minute. Dandelions. That's what I found. Oh, you ruined it. We had such a good moment, Joe. This is what I get. This is my fault. This is what I get for going to Temu and ordering Peter Griffin, and I got the Temu version. I'm sorry.
Wait, am I the butt face?
Yes, you are.